Last week was a huge news week with the revolutionary protests in Nashville, bombshell revelations about Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, and a judge ruling about a crucial abortion drug. It's honestly pretty crazy that it was also the week the former president of the country turned himself into authorities after getting indicted. Yes, the Trump arrest should still very much be top of mind for all of us, even though our news cycle continues to spiral out of control, because what's happening with his case is turning from being categorically bad for Trump to, shockingly, a boost for his floundering campaign.
None of those things fit what the Democrats wish they were focused on. And I think, frankly, the more calm and the more reasonable that Trump is, the harder the Democrats' problem is. That's why I thought yesterday was a very significant moment. He didn't rant and rave. He didn't try to arouse his supporters. He very calmly went into court. He very calmly gave a talk that was disciplined and orderly. If he strips away the weaknesses they want to attack, the Democrats have nothing left to campaign on.
Just look at these Politico headlines sounding the alarm bells at how the indictment is gearing up to be a campaign gift for the Trump team. And across Fox News, they can barely contain their excitement about that. What's interesting is that we've been covering the shift of Fox News from Trump's network of choice to putting their money on Ron DeSantis. But as DeSantis falls in the polls and still hasn't announced yet, while Trump successfully puts himself in the headlines every single day, could we be seeing another shift of the network back to Trump? Just weeks ago, it seemed like DeSantis could very well defeat Donald, but from the right's perspective, the indictment is exactly what Trump's campaign needs, which is just gross. As I covered last week, there was no gag order requested in Trump's case, which means that he can speak to the media and to crowds while he is in court. And while we mostly see him lambasting the judge in his case and talking about how this is yet another witch hunt, he's also using his platform to sow distrust in our economic systems, another campaign tactic we might not have seen coming.
Our currency is crashing and will soon no longer be the world standard, which will be our greatest defeat, frankly, in 200 years. There will be no defeat like that. That will take us away from being even a great power.
Many see this as another piece of evidence that the right is engaged in an active campaign to devalue the US dollar. Tucker Carlson was even talking about the crash of the US dollar on Fox News, and French President Emmanuel Macron made headlines yesterday for saying that France should not become, quote, America's followers, lest the country get, quote, caught up in crises that are not ours. And he said all this while meeting with the Chinese President Xi Jinping. It's a strange political alignment, the liberal Macron and the right-wing Trump humming the same tune. But it's an economic and geopolitical discussion that will shape the 2024 election. And along with Trump ratcheting up in the polls due to his indictment, these are not details you want to ignore. If you want to see more of my coverage on The Breakdown, stay right here. You can watch my latest video on Trump supporters abandoning the Donald in his time of need by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.